What's up, y'all? Kyle Hamilton here. I want to give a quick shout out to Lucas, Connor, and Ryan in the Week Zero podcast.
Jackson rolling out, 3rd and 7 after the penalty, and it's a completion to Kuma. He's still running. Kuma breaks free against a tire defense as the Hokies deliver the dagger here in Tallahassee. Empty look for Richardson. Oh, that is danger! Oh my! Keidron Smith cuts inside, and he's gonna pick six it in the swamp. Cat scratch Fever Smith.
DJ is picked off, intercepted again by Benjamin Morrison. Here goes Morrison down the sideline. Can he go? Yes, he can. Touchdown, pick six, Benjamin Morrison. Nix drops back underneath. Touchdown, Ducks. Wow. Chase Taylor.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Week Zero podcast, where it feels like this is like the first time where it's been just the four of us, the four amigos that we had. You know,
it's been a minute.
It feels like it's been
actually
coming
on, isn't it?
Usually we have Phil here, and honestly, this feels like from like last year because I don't think we've had this once this year.
From Phil. I was actually, I almost. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I almost invited Blake to this, but then I thought, you know what? Let's just keep it chill. And then,
well, I feel like we gotta
have Blake on for the bowl pick'ems.
I have Blake on for the bowl pick'ems. So because the bowl pick'ems, we have the regular season pick'ems, and then bowl pick'ems
boys
is kind of separate, right? But they also still add together, right? It's weird.
Yeah, here, let me shout out chat real quick. Mello was the first one in here.
Yes.
And who else we got? We got Nelson in here. Antoine.
We got Antoine, of course.
Yeah, good stuff. Hold on, it's Phil.
I'm your host, Top Left Box / what the fuck is Virginia Tech / Duke frat boy. These change all the time. And whenever someone calls me in the chat saying who the hell is this guy, I change it to Ryan bye month travel. I guess he's talking about.
We're on a bye month, not a bye week,
true.
not a bye couple weeks, a bye month. Yeah.
And then
the rest of college football calls this championship week.
We got Josh. SEC's the best EC. Brian's E equals MC squared.
No,
and
don't do that. That's not why I did that.
He received one vote for ACC Coach of the Year.
I did.
We got Dubs Don. What?
Dubs down.
Dubs down.
Dubs down.
he doesn't watch McAfee show.
No, I don't.
Huskies down.
No, we were literally on it, but
I mean, yes, we were on it, but that was about the only
You
time.
have to understand that Pittsburgh. Just speaking.
Well, I know what a Yinzer is, so
yeah, Dubs down. Yeah,
Dubs
there we
down.
go.
Oh,
yeah.
so how are you guys doing? You excited? Final stretch of games before bowl week.
I have no football.
Next Thursday is going to be so long with all the bowl games. Whenever,
Dude,
it'll be nuts. That's all going to be decided by next Thursday, right?
I got you. Yeah, and even some have kind of already been talked about, decided, hashed out. They just haven't come out and officially said it yet. But I think Kovacs in here. Cool. So I'm just happy that if Louisville beats Florida State, that just means Kentucky was good enough to win the ACC this year. That lifts my spirits a little bit.
But anyway, let's. We don't have our own rankings this week because Josh forgot to send his in.
Oh yeah, blame me and not Mr. Pneumonia above me.
Mm-hmm.
Blame me.
I mean, well, he has pneumonia. I feel like you're stuck at home anyway. Why couldn't you just make it?
Are you kidding me? Where is he gonna go in that little town he lives in? I'm pretty sure there is an Ace Hardware store.
I was gonna say there is a stoplight, just one. It's
No,
a
there's
one stop.
no, there's a couple. There's a couple.
There's a couple stoplights. There's like 3 gas stations.
Yeah, no,
There's
4
three-
gas stations. Yeah.
Four gas stations. Oh my god! What's the population of the town you live in?
Like 9,000 actually.
Yeah.
That's
So small.
Yeah.
Checks out.
so.
I think my town. I think the town that I live in is like 11,000. Yeah.
I mean, when I was in Beckley in West Virginia, that was about 13,000, but they actually had like kind of a true downtown area.
Just guess. Guess how many people live in Louisville?
What is it, like 1.2 mil?
No. No, it's
At
like
least a million,
600. No, it's not
what?
a million. It's like 600,000.
Oh,
Ah, that was a million.
Nowhere close. If there were a million people here, I'd hate it. Even more
Did
than
you know
any-
Did you know Denver City itself is like not even 75,000 or 75 or 750,000? Like Denver itself.
A lot of people live in the mountains. That's why.
Well, it's the whole suburb area is like 3
whole
million.
suburb area is 10 miles out from Denver. Like, it's nuts.
No, that is true. Like honestly, if you include like Fort Collins, which is like an hour away, that's probably why.
Bro,
Anyway.
the Denver airport is 30 minutes away from downtown.
Oh, don't worry. I know. I had to take an Uber 45 minutes out there at 4:00 in the morning to fly home on last Friday.
You didn't
That was
love
fun.
that? You didn't love
That's
that?
nuts. Why would
No,
you
I fell
travel
asleep.
about-
I got in the Uber and I fell asleep.
Okay, guys, let's talk about football.
Let's talk about CFP.
Everybody left because
Yeah,
not
that's true.
everybody. Antoine's still here.
Yeah, Antoine's the only one here.
Antoine,
Antoine and Mello.
maybe Mello's still in here. I don't know. Mello, you
Antoine's
still
still talking shit about the other state.
in here? And rightly so.
That's all Antoine does. He's just here.
Are we gonna? So, can you
So,
not
Ryan, you
interrupt
want
me?
to bring up the rankings?
No. She wants to talk too.
She is a little talker. Do we have?
We have
Okay.
topics. We have topics.
We do have topics.
All right. I'm in charge of the topics this week because I feel
Yes,
like
sir.
Okay, so we're actually doing this first. So Ryan Leonard to Notre Dame. Ryan did not want yet another transfer QB. He's getting it, unfortunately.
Another ACC
And we
quarterback.
pencil in like what an 8-4 record, I think, for Notre Dame because he's going to
no,
miss 2 to 3.
next year? Have
He
you
missed-
seen
he's
that,
gonna miss
how
like
easy
2
that
to 3
schedule
games.
is?
Yeah,
It's like
you're going to lose to
2
Texas
lose.
A&M. You're going to lose to
Nine.
It's nuts.
I say 9-3 until proven otherwise.
I say 10-2 because it's easy. That's a cakewalk schedule.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
you're
mean-
going to lose a game that you're not supposed to, which is what
No, we're
happens so
not.
honest.
I mean,
All the games
to
that
be
we-
fair,
All-
Ryan, the last 2 years has said 11-1, so he's going down a little bit.
He's going down a little bit.
Going
It's
down,
going to take a de-
going down again.
within
Yeah,
a
yeah.
decade. He'll finally be saying they're going to be finishing 6-6 or something.
Well, what do you
Go
mean?
back.
We're not
We'll talk
UT.
about this later on.
we'll
We'll
get
talk about
to it.
this later on.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
So Riley Leonard to Notre Dame. Apparently he likes Catholic girls. I don't,
Oh my god, I
I don't
saw
know what
that.
that was about.
Hey,
Hey,
I've been to South Bend. Good
Hey,
for you.
They got some nice
We're nice.
townhouses up there.
they got some
Nice townhouse.
Nice townhouse.
Is my accent? Do I have like bad enough accent to where that actually came out like that, or is it just?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it came
I
out like
100% heard what I heard. Okay.
Yeah, and I know, and you were sitting in the front seat and turned around and were gonna rip my throat out for me.
I'll be
saying-
sitting
for-
right
I said
next
that.
to you. Anyways. Let's get back to Riley Leonard. Okay. Had a solid
Oh.
season at
When we
Duke.
get, when we get
yeah,
big enough,
Duke.
when we get big enough and we can do merch, we just need to get a shirt that just says "nice townhouses" and no one knows what it means.
Oh,
Just like our
Antoine.
own personal
Hey,
inside joke.
Antoine's right. Antoine's right. He knows it.
oh,
Put it down. No, we're not gonna have that up there. But he knows it. All right. So
oh man.
had a solid season.
Just, I just love the.
All right, let's talk about Riley Leonard. He had
I'm
a good
trying
season.
to.
He was hurt. I know.
He's trying.
I know. I gotta interrupt
Yeah,
these
so-
two other fucks.
So he's a dynamic quarterback. Can move the ball with his legs and his arms. His arms. Jesus, I'm tired. Anyway,
The real
Solid
question
job, got
is,
hurt.
will the Notre Dame professor let him turn his homework in late? That's the real question.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
No, they won't. We're not
Won't
doing
happen. Won't happen.
I'm pretty sure Duke is a higher academic school than Notre Dame, but
disagree.
go off.
No, it is.
Do you want Ryan? Do you
Excuse
want me to
me?
look up like U.S. World and look?
We're, like,
US
right
World-
We don't
behind
need to do
Harvard.
that. We don't need to do that, guys. We're talking about.
You
Riley
are not
Leonard.
behind Harvard. Well, you are behind Harvard, but not right behind them. Come on now. Let's stop
We're
this.
above Stanford. That's all that matters.
I don't know if I even believe that.
Anyway, I was more wanting to talk about this because you got people on Twitter that are non-Notre Dame fans screaming tampering with
Tampering?
this. Yeah, we most definitely
His coach
tampered.
is leaving, and it's tampering.
Well, no, because like it's a known thing that Notre Dame has wanted Riley Leonard evidently since the Duke game back in October, and they've been talking to him since October, which by NCAA rule is tampering and breaking the rules. So, and people have, like insiders with Notre Dame have said this has been a done deal for quite a while. So I mean,
in other words,
we cheated and we got away with it because we're not Michigan.
So Marcus Freeman should be suspended 6 games.
He's gonna be suspended. No,
Yeah.
He'll be suspended 3 games at the beginning of the season, right? And then he'll be suspended 3 more games at the end of the season.
To be fair, though, if Marcus Freeman is suspended at Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame has a better chance of winning.
Oh,
Ah,
stop
they
it.
might actually put.
They might actually just hand it to Estime. By the way, is he the
That's our
player?
OC's fault.
Sure.
Which Freeman's bringing back that same OC. So yeah.
Let's see where Notre Dame ranks.
I looked it up. They're 20th.
Yeah, Duke is 7th and Stanford is 3rd.
Tied for 3rd. So yeah.
But
As far as this goes, I mean, I think we kind of talked about this before. We thought maybe this would be a possibility of Riley Leonard going to Notre Dame. Ryan and we talked about it in the chat before.
Yeah.
Especially after the Duke Notre Dame game. I don't think it's bad. I mean, I think it's good. I do think, and Ryan's going to fight me on this, but I do think Elko's a better coach, in my opinion, than Freeman is. And so that might have something to do with how good Riley Leonard was. I don't know. Dude, it's picking.
Oh, we lost him in his.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
no.
agree. Elko was able to do more with less at Duke.
What
don't
do you mean?
Elko did.
I would
way more
hope.
with
You know
less
what?
than Duke.
I would hope Elko would. He's been coaching longer than Freeman has. I would hope.
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
Yes, he has.
He hasn't been head coaching at Duke longer than Freeman has at Notre
He's
Dame.
been a head coach. I'm talking about he's been a head coach longer in general than Marcus Freeman has.
Okay.
And
I
he's
would
been
argue
coaching
that
longer.
what he's done at Duke is more impressive than what Marcus Freeman has done at
You know what
Notre Dame.
what Marcus Freeman is doing is actually recruiting at Notre Dame. Like and some other coaches didn't want to.
I can bring that up so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Already
That's great.
looked it
We're
up.
not talking. We're not
We're not
talking
talking about Notre
viability.
Dame.
Recruiting is a part of the being a head coach, is it not?
Oh my God.
What?
Anyways, he's recruiting so well that he has to talk to a transfer quarterback and get him in.
What do you mean? What do you?
Fantastic. Yes.
No, we're not having that conversation because this is how college football is.
we're not.
And
This is how
Oregon does
college
the
football
same
is.
thing. We could say
The
the
best-
same thing about
It
Oregon.
doesn't matter.
Ryan, shut the fuck up. Josh, shut the fuck up. You guys are talking in circles. This is how college football is. If you want to win in college football, you get a transfer quarterback. 100%. That's how it is. That's how college football is going to be for the next until they fix this transfer bullshit. And they probably never will. So probably forever is how long this is going to happen. You're going to get a kid that's going to recruit or get recruited by somebody like Notre Dame, Michigan, whatever. They're going to go there for 1 year and then realize that, they can't play right away. So then they're going to go somewhere else. Or you get a kid that's going to play there for 3 years and then go to a better school. It's just how it happens. Riley Leonard is doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. And I think as far as Notre Dame, they're going to have to change their philosophy a little bit as far
What do you mean?
as
They
Riley
run
Leonard.
basically the same kind of offense that Duke did.
Yeah, and Riley Leonard got hurt a lot in that offense. Change your philosophy is what I'm saying. And you guys lose a lot of games, so change your philosophy. As far as Oregon goes, I mean, with this stuff, I mean, all of our teams, other than Connors, I think Drones is the guy. But all of our teams, I mean, Josh and I, I think we're gonna see a transfer quarterback next year.
Drones
Like,
was
I
a
100%
we have
believe
some-
that.
but Jones was a transfer quarterback last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. So I mean,
Yeah,
there's
for sure.
that. But I also think like Josh and I, we both. I mean, we got a good freshman quarterback coming in Van Buren. I know that you guys have a good freshman quarterback coming in.
Notre Dame
We're
does too.
still. I mean, Notre Dame does too, but we're still going to go out and
Yeah,
look for a
nobody's
guy
gonna
that is
start a-
experienced.
Yeah, nobody's going to start a true freshman.
My thing was
Sure,
you're
season.
like people bashing Freeman for being like, oh, well, you're not going to start Angeli because obviously he doesn't think Angeli's that good. Angeli was a 3-star kid and was a BK recruit. And
To
we
be fair, Freeman did say that he wanted to bring in a guy with experience for the group.
but Angeli's
like-
going to transfer. That's the thing is if he doesn't,
Oh, is he?
if he doesn't
I mean-
win the job, and that's the thing is like BK, the way Freeman has treated Brian Kelly's recruits since he's got to Notre Dame is kind of questionable. But it's like I didn't recruit you here. Like you're
Yeah,
not good to be like Logan Diggs threw shots at Freeman on Twitter today. Like, bro, you weren't good enough. Like, okay, why do I? have
Okay,
to
Logan
start?
Diggs is pretty good though.
But he wasn't better than Estime. That's why he went to LSU.
That's fair. I think Logan Diggs is still pretty good, but it's the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing everywhere when they get a new head coach.
Like I'm sure Dan
at
Lanning's
Oregon-
been doing the same
at
thing
Oregon-
with Cristobal.
Oh yeah, dude. At Oregon, Chris Hudson was one of our best receivers, and he has 2 catches on the season, and he's fully healthy to play. So he was a Mario Cristobal guy. And Dante Thornton, who was a 4-star recruit wide receiver, was really good with us for 2 years, and now he's at Tennessee because he was a Cristobal guy. Like a lot of these guys leave, it just is something that happens. But I mean, I think you can have a conversation on and on about this transfer stuff and how
like
What's
just
the
ridiculous it is.
is
Something
this a
I
good
did want to
move?
mention.
Oh, go ahead.
Something I wanted to mention with Ryan because he's talked about CJ Carr a lot in our chat. Are you not a little bit afraid? Like, say, obviously Riley Leonard most likely going to Notre Dame, so you're probably not going to see CJ Carr as a freshman.
Unless it's in like mop up duty.
Right. But were you not worried at all about like the Dante Moore situation? Because if you look at UCLA this year, Dante Moore, I think he's one of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen play high school football. Like this kid, he's extremely, extremely talented. But I think his confidence is like completely shot now.
Well, I also
After
don't
what
think
he went through this year.
I don't think Dante Moore is one of those guys that I think he's got a big ego, as we've seen with his recruitment process.
Nah, I mean,
And-
you take the biggest bag you can get, dude.
No, but I mean,
don't-
like, I just don't think
I don't-
I think he's looking for the biggest bag and the easiest opportunity. He's not a guy that he wants to work for it, so to speak. He's more of a guy that's like, I want it handed to me. And like, because he was complaining about not starting the season.
A college athlete.
But
I don't agree with that.
But I do think CJ Carr is different. Because CJ Carr, they said one of his biggest things that why he's so highly rated is they talk about he's one of those kids is insanely great between the ears, which means he's really smart, very confident in his own ability, and I think that he's one of those guys that comes to Notre Dame and he's kind of like Ian Book was known for this. Like Ian Book, while he wasn't the greatest quarterback, he'd throw a pick, didn't bother him. Like that's the thing is how easy our schedule is next year. I don't think Riley Leonard elevates that team past, to a national champion. So why go get him when you could get experience to your highest rated recruit at quarterback since Jimmy Clausen?
Because
your schedule is so easy that CJ Carr can go out there and have a terrible game. But because talent is so good,
that's my point, dude.
If he has some bad games, that's going to cost you. If you yourself think 10-2 was like kind of the bars, what you've already kind of set for next year, regardless of how easy the schedule is, right? He goes out there and costs you guys a game or two, right? And suddenly you're looking at a 9-3, 8-4 season.
Our talent is good enough to win, to overcome. Like against
so is Texas A&M, and look where they landed.
No, I'm talking about. I don't expect us to beat A&M in general.
What I'm saying is, right?
Yeah.
Instead of and I understand the experience thing, but instead of putting this true freshman who's a 5-star, is he a 5-star?
He's borderline 5-star. He's a good
borderline. Okay, we'll give it to him then. Who's a 5-star and all this stuff coming in. I just feel like there's way too much negative because what you don't want is him costing you all games and then you end up 8-4 or 7-5, and then now the fan base doesn't like him and he's trash.
But who's to say that won't happen next year when Riley Leonard's gone and then it's CJ Carr's job, has no experience playing, and we go.
But he will. But he will have experience playing because you're going to blow out teams and he is going to get in the football game. And not only that, but he's going to have a year behind Riley Leonard, who has played a lot of football in college.
The offensive.
And so he's going to be learning everything. And yeah, exactly. And I want to go back to this Dante Moore thing because I think you are ridiculous to say that he isn't a guy that competes and tries hard because he could have given up after he got benched. He didn't. He kept playing and he even started
every writer and stuff makes it sound like he's
because they're pundits. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. He was
drama in his recruitment. He was drama at UCLA.
He wasn't drama in his listen. He committed to Oregon. He wanted to go to Oregon. The reason why he didn't go to Oregon was because Oh, am I lagging?
No, you're good, buddy.
Oh, you guys are like lagging out. The reason why he didn't go to Oregon is because Bo Nix said he was coming back. Had Bo Nix not say he was coming back, then he would have stayed.
But doesn't that mean he doesn't like competition?
I don't think so. I think that means that he wanted to get more experience because if you look at our quarterback room, we had Bo Nix, Ty Thompson, right? Ty Thompson had already been at Oregon for 3 years. Dante Moore comes in. Yeah, he can get that experience behind, but he's not going to be your number 2. So we may not even ever see him. We saw Austin Novosad, who's our number 3, I think, one time this year when we beat a team 81-7. So, you're not going to see that guy. Whereas like CJ Carr and Riley Leonard, I mean, CJ Carr is probably going to be your number 2, right? I mean, if you think Angeli
Freeman said it's going to be. Well, not Freeman, but
and
the sentence is going to it's going to be a battle for number 2 between Angeli, Minchie, and Carr. Angeli and Minchie have a leg up.
Carr is more talented than those guys. I don't know that Dante Moore is more talented than Ty Thompson. So Ty Thompson was a 5-star.
Well, how do I know Carr's more talented than Minchie when Minchie was a highly touted recruit and he's been in the system for a year?
See, you don't, and then you just trust your coaches that they make the right decision for number 2.
Yeah, and there's different situations for different people. I mean, he got his bag. I don't fault Dante Moore for getting his money. It's the same thing with Sam Hartman. He got money from Notre Dame, and that's why he.
And Riley
left
Leonard's
Wake
getting money
Forest.
from Notre Dame.
Like, Riley Leonard's is getting the bag from Notre Dame. Like, I genuinely think Cam Ward is going to get a fat bag from the University of Oregon next year to be their next quarterback. I 100% see it happening.
He's
It's heating up. It's heating up. Yeah, he's the quarterback for Washington
Which,
State.
while we're
It's
talking
heating
about
up.
that, let's
Hold on. Let's move on to the next.
while we're talking about Cam Ward, I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
Cam Ward has gotten offered $1 million or more by 10+ schools that have been confirmed just to enter the portal. He's not even in the portal yet. This is just to get him in the portal. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Because this is the part of the transfer portal I don't
This is where I
like.
truly have an issue with the portal. Is where I'm trying to have it where they're paying them to enter the portal. Right? I totally get it if they're trying to, like, if they're going to get the bag when they get to the actual school, but this is not.
And I feel like our banner down here isn't quite accurate as to what's happening. What's happening is you have NILs going.
Yep.
Yeah.
That represent these schools. The schools themselves aren't supposed to be involved in any of this, but the NILs are basically you can just equate it to boosters. That's the best way to describe it. Just boosters going to Cam Ward and saying, "Hey, we're going to offer you $1 million to enter the transfer portal." And I mean, if you don't like where you are, and you were already looking to do it, why not just accept the money?
They want DJU at Michigan? All right.
I don't want DJU at Kentucky. That's wild for me to say.
Nah, it sounds like it's Florida State or Oregon is the top 2 for DJU.
It's one. We don't.
It's either Florida State, Oregon, or NFL.
I think why DJ has gotten kind of a bad rap.
Shit.
Is
Well, here we go. We can get his thoughts on this.
But I feel like the reason why. Oh,
what's going on, guys?
Not much.
Hey, what's up? I was going to say something about DJ Uyunglele
To
and
Michigan.
why he's kind of gotten a bad rap just from the places he's played. I really think him leaving Clemson, I guess being run out of Clemson, really damaged his image because he didn't have a horrible year at Oregon State.
He actually had a pretty good year in an offense that is not built for a quarterback at all.
Yeah.
It's like watching the Tennessee Titans play every Sunday. It's an offense that isn't built for the quarterback. It's built for great running backs. And he still threw, I think, over 20 touchdowns, less than 10 interceptions. I think he had like 7 picks on the season, like 22 touchdowns or something. So he had a pretty good year. And you're exactly right. You're exactly right, Josh. The Clemson hurt his reputation. It hurt everything. I think he should have gone to Oregon in the first place. I think he would have been way better off because it was between us and Clemson. But it's kind of the same thing as like I guess Spencer Rattler in a way, because I think he was better at South Carolina than Oklahoma, and he got shit on.
Rightfully so though at Oklahoma.
Like his stats wise, he was better. You know what I mean? Like
he kind of, and you could just say that was part of like his process, his development, and growing up. I'm talking about Rattler, and that there was some maturity stuff going on, and he got it figured out in South Carolina, and now he's going to the draft. So,
while Phil's in here, we were talking about the Riley Leonard situation. So first, I guess I'll ask you about that first, and then we'll get into the Cam Ward stuff. But what were your thoughts on Riley Leonard going to Notre Dame?
I mean, it tracks. ACC quarterback. And look, I like Riley Leonard when healthy, right? He's actually really good. I'm not gonna like stun on Riley Leonard. I think he's good. That said, I mean, it's Notre Dame. They're very vanilla. Got another quarterback that's a little better than vanilla, but still vanilla. So I mean, cool.
He's Riley Leonard.
He's like vanilla with like peanuts, bro. But all right.
All right, and then what are your thoughts on Cam Ward getting offered $1 million and $1 million plus by 10 different schools just to enter the portal?
Crazy. That's insane. And that like the NCAA, instead of worrying about like
$5 cheeseburgers,
stealing and cheeseburgers, do something about this, man, because this is crazy.
This is out of control. What's sad about it, Phil, is these schools, they're not even fearful in the NCAA to the point where they're just doing this out in the open now.
Right?
They don't care.
Did you see Justin Scott's edit?
Yeah, he got money in it.
It's like a pile of money next to him. I was like, yo, you're not even trying to hide this. Crazy.
But no, like, I think the NCAA has to, because this isn't what NIL was supposed to be. And we saw this last year with Drake May. I don't know if you guys remember, but we talked about it on the show. That Nick Saban had the Alabama boosters call up Drake May and be like, hey, if you leave North Carolina and come to Bama, we'll give you like $7 million. And Drake May, I gave Drake May tons of respect because he admitted it happened and then later on denied it because he didn't want to get people in trouble.
I don't respect him because I'd have went.
No,
if he'd have went, I would have
turned it down. He turned it down because he said, I grew up a North Carolina fan. I'm a Tar Heel for life. So
I mean, his brother is never gonna have to buy a drink in Chapel Hill ever again just for the shot he made against Kentucky. Sorry, Josh.
That happens, where everyone's Super Bowl. So let's talk about.
Didn't they win the title that year? No, didn't UNC win the title that year? They made that shot.
So Kovac brought this up, and so
what?
I don't want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to that.
We're gonna get to this.
We're really dragging ass, guys. We got to get going.
Hot take of the week.
No, we don't have.
Start with Connor.
This is for Tuesday.
Yeah, that was for Tuesday, buddy.
Yeah, we're good now.
Then get rid of that shit. What the hell, man?
We're good with topics. All right. While we're talking about this, we'll talk about it. Pull that comment back up, Josh.
What?
Just put it back up.
Well, I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna bring up the CFP.
I love how Kovac says Notre Dame is always the media fan favorite when that's not true.
They
get shit on by ESPN every year.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
You really don't.
You
get shit on because you lose games, you should win.
No, we don't. We don't. We lose games that we're not favored to win, and then get shit on because we didn't win them.
Ryan's like that girlfriend that only sees the things that you don't do.
I mean, Kovac, the only way that Emma gets in is if Texas loses the Big 12.
If Texas loses to
Texas is not going to the playoff. Give it up.
Okay, so
he's wondering how Bama makes it.
Okay, guys, let's do this one at a time because we're kind of just like Calvin in here.
So I'm just saying, Bama wins, they're in. If Texas, they're probably in if Bama wins. Texas could be in if they win. Just depends other games, but you don't think Texas is going to make it at all?
No. If Texas wins, they're in.
Okay.
No. Wait.
Yeah.
Right now,
if Alabama beats Georgia and Texas wins.
Oh yeah, I agree with
Texas
that.
Texas goes in over Alabama,
and they should.
Oh yeah, no. If it's
No. Because what would happen, Josh, is you're forgetting one team, Florida State. If Florida State wins, Oregon beats Washington. Hold on.
So
Florida State wins. Oregon beats Washington.
That needs
Georgia beats Bama. Michigan beats Iowa. There's your 4. Texas is not getting in over a 13-0 Florida State. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Texas will Big 12 champion.
No.
Texas team.
No.
So what
You're not
happens?
dropping
Who
a
is
13-year-old
Alabama's
team.
only
Wait,
loss?
Since
Where-
when did were you capping
They
for
absolutely get
FSU?
No, I'm saying
Where-
the committee's not going to do that. They're
Where-
not going to do that.
My argument is, would they keep a one-loss Georgia in for the chance at a three-peat
Yes.
with Bama, and then that's the only way Florida State somehow doesn't make
If
it
Florida
either.
State wins, the
Listen,
only way if Florida State wins, the only way that they drop out of the top 4 is if Alabama beats Georgia. End of story. That is the only reason. That's the only way that happens.
Wait, Ryan. But are you saying that Alabama gets the 4th spot?
If Alabama beats Georgia, Alabama will probably be 3 and then Georgia 4.
And then
if Alabama
Michigan,
beats Georgia and they keep Georgia in, which would be crazy,
It's happened before.
Texas should go in over Alabama. Texas should go in over Alabama.
I disagree. You beat
we've
the
seen
number one
absolutely
team.
should,
We've
because
seen-
they're
we've seen the
head-to-head.
losing. We've seen the losing teams make it.
They beat
Ohio
the
State
team
made
that
it
beat
last
the
year.
number 1 team in
Think
the
about
country.
this, Phil. We saw this story before in 2016. Penn State beat Ohio State head-to-head.
Right.
Ohio State did not play for the Big Ten title. Or
Right.
We saw it
Ohio
last
State-
year with Ohio State
And-
too.
and
Ohio State
guess
lost
what?
the game.
Penn State
Ohio,
got screwed out of
Ohio
the
State had a
playoff
better
spot.
record.
They were 11-1. Penn
Right.
State was 10-2, I believe. But
Right.
they still had that head-to-head.
But I
And
mean,
won the
we
Big
saw
Ten.
we saw it last year. Ohio State was 11-1. They lost the game.
Because
Wasn't
there were multiple.
Yeah, but they were the
conference
best
champions
choice.
with
They
more
were
than
the
one
best
loss.
team left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
So-
the college football playoff committee has never had something like this. They have never had something like that. They've never had to make a decision like this ever.
Yep. Usually,
My daughter's-
like you
Hey!
said, Lucas.
You not?
Usually, Lucas, we talked
No,
about this
listen.
last week. Usually, the playoff rankings usually handle themselves out by week
But
10.
this year's
week 11, week 12.
there's so many.
And I still think they're going to, because I think Florida State's going to lose. I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, we'll get to
but-
the picks in a moment. So.
We'll get into that.
I
But
mean, yeah,
here's,
no, Antoine's totally right.
here's
so.
my thing. I think the only scenario, I really think unless Alabama mops the floor with Georgia, Georgia is going to be in the playoffs. I don't think you can keep them out. They have won 29 straight games. Last time they lost in the SEC title, they went on to win the national title against said Alabama.
That they lost to.
Based off of the last 2 seasons, I know you're not supposed to do this, but based off of the last 2 seasons, there's zero chance that Georgia is not in the college football playoff, and there's zero chance that they're not one of the best 4 teams in the country.
No, that's what I'm saying. They'll want to give them a chance at that three-peat. They want that three-peat as a chance. You know, that's something that's there.
100%. And I think they deserve that, right?
I
I
totally
think
agree.
the only reason why you may say Georgia is not in is because they haven't been tested at all, and the only team that could test them now is Alabama. They have a terrible strength of schedule. I think Michigan has a better strength of schedule than them, and
that was something that was being used against.
and that's
Michigan.
something they have been
Well, I mean,
dug into.
so what are the notable wins that Georgia has? Missouri,
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
That's it.
Who are the ones that Michigan has? Penn State and Ohio State.
Penn State and Ohio State.
And Penn State and Ohio State are both ranked higher than both of those teams.
But Georgia
yeah.
also beat well, because they were both top 10 teams at one point, Mizzou and Ole Miss.
No,
They
we're-
beat them more convincingly than Michigan beat Penn State and Ohio State did.
And
I
they're
just don't-
better
I don't think
teams.
that matters.
That's not an
Yeah.
argument. They're both better teams than the other
But-
teams. Like, I don't get what you're saying here. But
Anyway,
Do you
I
think
will
Michigan
say-
would beat Ole Miss by 40 points? I don't think so.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. That
Maybe.
doesn't fucking
they
matter.
don't play. That doesn't really matter.
40 ain't
You can
enough.
argue who looked better, but
40 ain't enough. They can't put enough points on that scoreboard.
Like Georgia with Brock Bowers
Um,
is just better than everybody else. I just fully believe that. Like
I disagree. I think Friday.
disagree.
I genuinely think Friday night you're going to be watching the best team in college football.
no,
wholeheartedly.
Lucas. I think Oregon's the only
but-
team that can beat Georgia, but I'm saying Georgia.
I think Michigan can beat Georgia.
I disagree.
I know you're going to disagree with that, but I think
last time they played it.
And
The last time we played, it didn't go so well.
Phil.
much different teams.
It looked like
That
Michigan
Michigan team beat
Oh my God,
more.
much
Actually, hold on,
much
hold on.
different teams.
The last time Georgia played either team, it looked like the other team didn't belong on the field.
Yeah, that's
much
true.
different
Yeah.
teams.
I know,
one.
they're different.
For two, I think here's my thing. If you want the top four best teams in college football in this, which they won't do this because they do this like earned it bullshit thing. They got to put in the best 4 teams. And if you want to put in the best 4 teams, you put in Georgia, Michigan, Texas, and Oregon. I don't think Texas controls their own destiny. I genuinely don't think they do.
Which is wild to think. But
I just think they probably have the worst loss out of all of them, which is crazy because Oklahoma was 10-2.
Right.
Yeah, I guess
I still think they have the worst loss out of all those teams.
And Oklahoma's lucky they're not like 8-4.
Here's the thing: the committee is hoping that Georgia wins, Michigan wins, Washington wins, and Florida State wins. That
just
way,
to make it easy.
This whole thing is sewn up, right?
Yeah.
But I think Oregon controls their own destiny. I think Washington controls their own destiny. I think you guys are arguing the head-to-head. I get it. It was at the beginning of the season, so I don't really give a shit.
And Jalen Milroe was terrible. We remember how bad Jalen Milroe was terrible in the first.
He was terrible, yeah. But you know what happens when you play football? You get better. And I think he has gotten significantly better. And I think that if Alabama wins, you cannot leave. There's no world that the SEC champion is not in the college football playoff. There's zero chance. Zero chance.
What would the spread be if Alabama were to play Texas right now in neutral site?
I think Alabama would be. I think Bama would be like a 4.5, 5-point favorite.
Okay. I'd say it's closer
by
to
month.
Huh?
By month.
Yeah, by month.
I think Bama would be a favorite. I don't think they're better though.
I think Bama's better than Texas.
I don't think Bama's better either.
Let me posit this. I agree with what Lucas said about the SEC champion. There's no way that committee is not putting them in. That said, I would love for it to happen just to hear Nick Saban go.
Oh yeah, when he saw
one of the best
TCU,
4 teams.
when he saw TCU get drugged by Georgia, he's like, "We would have beat Georgia." Well, you had your shot, Nick.
Actually,
I don't think they
didn't play.
They never played.
They didn't play. Oh,
They
because
LSU
LSU went to the.
well, you guys. Well, my thing is like Nick. You lost to LSU, had 4 losses. You lost to Tennessee, you had 2 losses. You're not getting it.
That's why everybody just like made fun of him for that. It's like, why are you crying about this? Focus on next season. Your season's over.
Alabama fans think they should get in every year. They could go 4-8 and still.
Dude, I have been. It's been so annoying.
Hold on a second.
Alabama
Hold on a
and
second.
Texas
Hold
fans.
on, guys. Pause. Kovac, really? Kovac, you want to tell me? Oh, of course, it's not mine. It's not here. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, you want to tell me about the SEC? Do you?
He's the SEC. Yeah, he's the SEC lover
I'm
here.
the SEC guy.
I've been so tired of Alabama and Texas fans, especially TND Takeover. I got beef with you because they're talking all this shit about how Oregon hasn't played anybody. Oregon hasn't this. Oregon hasn't that. Okay, we didn't lose to a 2-loss team. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't lose to Texas.
Oregon also, Lucas. Okay. Oregon didn't have to avoid upset alert like 5 weeks in a row. So I mean,
we've beat the teams after we lost to Washington. We beat every single team by a margin of like 200 to 50.
Like, what do you think Oregon would have done?
I don't even know if they scored 50.
Lucas, what do you think Oregon would have done in Houston?
See, it's the bullshit thing. It's what's really bullshit and what pisses me off is the Texas people that are like, Oregon beat Texas Tech 38 by 8 points.
I saw
and
that
then
on Twitter.
The 50-point whatever, the 50-point win. I get that. I understand that, but
they're also
week
that
2
was your first
versus
game of the season. Yeah.
First two versus week 13?
Wasn't the Texas Tech game in Texas?
And it was
not
in
at
Lubbock
Texas?
too. Yep.
It was in Lubbock, and
okay, so
we actually had to travel for that. And they had their starting quarterback, not their third string quarterback. And it was week 2, not week 13. I mean, let's come on now.
Hey, Lucas, Texas
Drives me
fans,
crazy.
their whole season is holding on to what happened in week 2. So, I mean,
That's all they
I
care.
don't know. I think that's a
You
big
can't lose
reason.
at home though. You can't lose at home. That's not a good look.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't lose at home.
No, Bama did.
They did, exactly. And so that's just why I think Texas controls their own destiny. But I could definitely see of those 14. Honestly, of those 4 teams, you leave the ACC out.
they're not going to do that though.
They're not going to do that.
You will never see the committee ever, and I will stand on this. Leave a 13-0 conference champion out of the playoff. They will
13
never do it.
Florida State is going to get skull drugged by whoever.
Because Clemson, think about it. Clemson every year wins the ACC. What they used to do 13-0.
Well, Herbstreit was making this point. He was making that exact point. He said it's ridiculous. We keep seeing these, like, other than the last college football playoff, which was the first one where we saw like close margins of victory. They've all been terrible, absolutely terrible.
Other than one game or two randomly, all the other games, most of the games are blowouts.
There's always a blowout in the CFP. Yeah. Always, no matter who you have, there is always.
Honestly, it'll be even worse come next year when you have 12
No, it won't,
teams.
because we'll have like 8 playing 12. That'll be a close game.
I think it'll be closer next year. I think it'll be better next year. I think we're actually going to find who the best teams are next year.
Yeah.
Because
the
you're
SEC,
going to have.
It just means more blowouts.
You may have a team that's like number 6 Ohio State, and they're playing 13-0 Florida State, and
I do think that's meant.
This just guarantees what the CFP most wants, and that's Ohio State, Michigan in the playoffs playing each other, because that is ratings gold.
They're not going to do Ohio State's
it'll happen. It'll work its way out.
I think in the playoff situation, Michigan, Notre Dame is bigger. You can't.
We were talking about that.
Yes,
Michigan Notre Dame would be the most viewed playoff game.
I'm gonna talk about Antoine's comment here. He says you can't discount a team's wins because they lost their quarterback. They may not be as good, but you still have to honor their wins. Antoine, no, you don't. I don't agree with that. You put the best teams in, and Florida State is not the best team.
Well, think about it this way. In 2021, when BK left Notre Dame, the committee was asked about why Notre Dame was left at 5 and didn't get in. And they said, well, we were going to put Notre Dame in, but they don't have their coach. So we decided, I can't remember who the other team was that they put in over Notre Dame.
And it was Cincinnati. But
they were asking about it. He's like, well, we were going to put Notre Dame in, but they lost their coach. And so we kept them at 5.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, because I actually agree with, and I think I forget, maybe it was Tuesday we were on, and I said this same thing that Antoine is saying, that unless you're saying that the wins that they got, that they wouldn't be one of the 4 best teams with their starting quarterback, then I feel like you do have to honor that thing, because the quarterback is just one player, and every other player on that team helped them to be undefeated.
Yeah, it's not like they don't.
It wasn't like they were blowing out Boston College by.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's a better argument to me. If you argue that even with him that they aren't one of those teams, then absolutely.
But they also blew out your mighty SEC LSU.
I am seeing a lot of people. I am seeing a lot of people talk about this scenario as well, and I get it. It's the Pac-12, and you guys can shit on me if you want, but is there a case that if it's a close game that Washington stays in?
No.
You know what? I even thought about that, because
why?
When the COVID year, when Notre Dame played Clemson, right?
Why wouldn't they?
Notre Dame got in.
I've been trying to get Washington out of there. They haven't looked like the 3rd or 4th best team in football.
If it was based off of the strength of conference or whatever, then why did Notre Dame and Clemson get in 2020 when they both went 12-1? I don't, because like
What were the
I think it
other
would be
options?
like the same scenario as last year. I mean,
Like,
Ohio State.
There were multiple 2-loss conference champions.
in that year
Okay.
that Notre Dame and Clemson made it.
Yes.
But
Ohio
you don't.
State didn't look as bad as Washington does leading up to this game.
They still
last
have.
year.
They still have a Maxwell, O'Brien, Heisman, Biletnikoff finalists.
Can we just see a
I just-
Washington Ohio State Rose Bowl, please?
And I'm not advocating for Washington to be in the college football playoff because
Well, the Rose Bowl
those
is
guys.
one of the semifinal games.
Oh yeah,
But-
I forgot about that.
But I could see a case for Washington being in over even Texas. If their one loss is a close loss to a team that
They
had
beat.
already beat, which is going to go to the college football
I mean,
playoff,
TCU got in at 4 after losing to Kansas State in the Big 12
I
title.
just think there's a case there. I mean, good luck, college football playoff committee. Boo Corrigan. Good luck to you,
Look,
buddy.
you're gonna have
I don't know
upset
how
people.
I don't know how the fuck
Anyway.
you're gonna do it. People are
Lucas,
gonna
this
be
is why this is
burning
his
your
last
house
year.
down.
But guys, let me finish this because Antoine's just tearing me apart in the comments here. So the reason why, and Phil, you're right, it is a better argument to say that FSU has just not been very electric outside of one game that they've played. I honestly feel like the ACC is the weakest conference this season. And I think with the addition of losing an integral part of your offense,
Jordan Travis.
yeah, Jordan Travis, I think that's a big deal.
I'm so excited for college football this week.
Honestly,
I'm like, so
this is a
fucking-
non-issue if Louisville beats FSU, and I think they will because everything's just lined up for Louisville to win that game. But
Hey, by the way, I may potentially be doing a Pac-12 championship reaction show tomorrow night.
Reaction
But-
shit. You mean
By the way,
Reaction
Josh,
to-
Hey,
look
Antoine,
at-
I understand and I get it, and they get to go to their conference championship game.
Josh, you could argue that the Big Ten was a worse conference, top to bottom.
I
Like,
heavily
No, 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 no,
disagree.
no,
Top to bottom doesn't mean
No, I'm saying top
That's
to bottom.
crazy, Phil. Close
No,
your ears.
no, I'm talking about when you say best conference, it's not, well, Ohio
Name,
State.
okay, Ryan.
A worse
Ryan,
conference than the ACC?
Ryan. Ryan.
Than the ACC?
Yeah. Tell me one team in the ACC that could have beaten Penn State, Michigan, or Ohio State.
I think North Carolina, Penn State would be a good game. I think North Carolina State, Penn State would be a good game. I think Georgia Tech would
No.
versus Rutgers.
I
which
don't
is
think
the same
there's a
level, I
team in
think
the
Okay, that doesn't
ACC
mean-
that scores
it-
more than
no.
a touchdown on Iowa.
I
Yeah,
think North
I
Carolina
agree with
scores
that.
more than
I
a
said
touchdown
that.
in Iowa. North
And
Carolina
I
for sure.
said that.
I highly agree with that.
I think Clemson
So what
could
did
hang
Florida
with
State
anybody
play
in the
this
Big
year
Ten.
for? And
mean-
Florida State played this year to go to the college football
I mean,
playoff. When their quarterback got hurt,
Boston,
and
My
it's
thing
just
is, like,
State
okay,
is a really
As
good
the,
defense.
this is my issue. So, like, when we're talking about conferences, all people want to do, especially SEC people, is they'll take a piece of paper and they'll
especially
go through the
SEC.
standings.
He just
And they'll-
generalized you.
No,
You
and
take
they'll,
I know.
and they'll
I'm
take a
not
piece of
saying
paper.
that. I'm gonna let him finish though.
They'll,
I'm
hold
giving
on.
enough rope to hang himself. Go ahead.
They'll take a piece of paper and they'll slide down the SEC standings and they'll show you Georgia, Bama. They won't show you anything else, but they'll show you Georgia and Bama, and then be like, best conference. Yeah, that's what same thing with the Big Ten fans. All right, we're gonna slide down Ohio State, Michigan, best conference. That's what they'll do. But then they won't.
Well,
show
we have
you
three teams
what
in the
happened
top 10.
What happened in the bottom? Oh, well, nobody cares about the bottom. What
We have
happened in the
another
middle?
The
team in the
SEC
top
has 20
Nobody
20.
cares.
teams in the top 10.
Nobody, nope.
The ACC
Nobody
has
cares.
more
that
bowl
we have four
eligible
teams on-
teams.
Good job. They were able to get 6 wins against each other, playing in their bomb-ass
They also
conference.
have the ACC has a winning record against the SEC this year.
Okay,
So-
congratulations. I'm glad they could beat South Carolina
LSU
and
was supposed to
Florida.
be the SEC's, child this year, and they got drugged by Florida State.
Hey, I want to remind you that Florida, who is not bowl eligible, is not going to a bowl, took FSU well into the fourth quarter.
North Carolina also drugged South Carolina.
Oh, and Josh,
South Carolina,
with a
who's also not going to a bowl
freshman,
game?
with a true
Wow.
freshman quarterback, by the way, Josh. Don't forget that part.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Freshman
the SEC and the Big Ten are not
Who's
as
now
good,
in the portal, by
top
the
to
way.
bottom. I think the middle, like when we're talking about best conference, the Pac-12 is the best conference, without a doubt.
Hold on.
Like because the Pac-12 middle
I don't
class,
disagree. I've been saying
It is,
that. I think
Antoine,
from
it
top
is.
to bottom it is.
That's
But I think
that's just how the committee is.
I don't think just because the national champion
I
comes
think
from
you
your
saying-
conference is that
you
means your conference
saying
is better.
whoa.
Me saying that
Do not slide away the fact that you said that the Big Ten is not a better conference than the ACC. I don't want to ever hear
I don't
that.
think that. I think Notre Dame in that Big Ten would be right up there with Penn State. So I mean, that Big Ten is weak.
hold on, right up there
You
with that
could-
Penn State.
Yeah,
Right up there with that Penn State.
we would be 10-2
You
in the
think
Big
so?
Ten. We would be 10-2. for
What?
sure.
I think
Oh my
think you'd be
God.
9-3 because you
Coach-
know Penn State.
Marcus Freeman hasn't even seen 10 wins. In
Bro,
his
you're
life.
about
gonna
to
see 10
lose
wins
the
this year.
Pop-Tart Bowl
He's seen-
to LSU.
What do you
He's
mean we're not
seen-
going to lose to LSU? We don't lose to LSU. We're 2-0.
All right, bro.
under Bayou Brian,
Pop-Tart
right?
Bowl.
It doesn't matter. We're still 2-0.
Brian Kelly doesn't lose in that game, by the way.
He does lose in that game, especially when Jaden
He
Daniels
never
sits
has.
out.
He never
he's
has.
certainly not going to lose to Marcus Freeman.
When Jaden Daniels sits out, he's for sure going to get drugged and embarrassed on national
Brian
TV.
Kelly's a better,
Not gonna sit
better
out.
coach than Marcus
Why is that
Freeman.
embarrassing if your Heisman Trophy winning quarterback?
Oh,
is not
because
playing?
you can't use that as an excuse. You can't be like, oh, well,
What?
we don't have.
Our
Especially, we won't,
quarterback didn't
Hold on,
play.
no,
He's
hold
the best player in college
We
football,
won't-
and you can't use
but
that
you
as an
recruit better
excuse?
athletes. I thought at LSU, you should be able to take that.
Why people crapping on us? I go.
Why
pull
is
up
it
Golden-
that every
pull
time
up
Ryan
Golden's
opens his
comment.
mouth,
Pull
more
up Golden's
crazy
comment.
hot takes and shit comes out of
My
it?
thing is like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
dick ride these conferences.
Golden,
and they're not.
I'm gonna tell you
good.
why people are crapping on you.
It's because of
Like,
him. It's because
This
of
guy.
him.
Like,
Right
dude, we
here.
went to the bro.
We wouldn't
went
be
to the
talking
ACC
about you at all if it wasn't
ACC
for
fans. Hold
this
on, no.
guy.
Mainly Clemson fans and FSU fans said Notre Dame, if they were in the ACC, they'd be 9-3. Guess what? 1 year went to the conference title. So shut up. We dominated the ACC.
And you
in our
got
first year.
drug.
We didn't
I
get
was about to
drugged.
say, didn't
Hey.
Notre Dame get blown out by Louisville
When?
this season?
That was a fluke. I told you that.
All right, moving on. What's our next?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
our next topic here?
I'm just saying the conference. I think Pac-12 is the best conference. Then right
Hey,
after
coach,
that, ACC.
I want to
That's
talk
fair.
about let's talk about have a couple of pick'ems, but I want to talk about some coaching changes that have happened in college football. Notably, obviously, Jonathan Smith at Lil Bronem. Now, Lil Bronem is losing everybody because of this. Everybody is entering the portal.
That's terrible.
And then another notable coaching change, obviously, Elko is now the head coach at Texas A&M.
I like that one.
Take it away, guys. I think both of them are
Oh, and the
good
JMU
picks.
coach.
Very strange that Jonathan Smith would be leaving his alma mater that he was very good at to go to a place that is
In the
not good
toilet.
at football.
They're in the toilet right now.
Did you know? Actually, wait. Before I say anything, did you know that because Washington State and Oregon State won their battle with the Pac-12, whatever, they now own the Pacific Conference.
They
right?
should. They should.
They could veto the conference champion this year.
Wait, who
That's
can?
terrible.
What? Oregon
should.
State, Washington State could beat them.
Oregon State and Washington State can say both of the teams in the conference title.
And put Washington
Are
State and Oregon
eliminated.
State.
Ah,
Yes.
The two-pot conference sounds way better than the two-pack.
I like the 2-pack, but
The two-pack.
it's pretty hilarious. Luckily for us, Washington State wants us to beat Washington. They hate Washington, obviously. I don't obviously think that either of these teams would ever do that, but
No.
interesting
That's
tidbit.
a horrible precedent. But
Back to the coaching.
absolutely back to the coaching. So, Elko going to Texas A&M. I think it's wild that they flipped out when they heard that Mark Stoops was
Chill.
going to be hired.
Chill. You're about to watch the national champion come out of the Pac-12, so I
Yeah,
don't want to
exactly.
hear
Hold on.
yapping.
I think it's wild that Texas A&M fans threw up so much outrage, and then they went and got a carbon copy of Mark Stoops.
Wait, Lucas, did you
He's
watch-
younger.
Did you see them celebrate Mike Elko's hiring?
Oh, it was sick. They did the fucking and they were all hyped and shit in the office room. It was awesome.
Hold on. I said something about that on Tuesday.
It was cringe.
Anyways, so I just think it's hilarious. They went and got a less experienced, less accomplished carbon copy of the guy that they flipped out and said we don't want. I think that's nuts.
They
And
said
did
they
you
didn't
see-
want Stoops.
Yeah,
They didn't want
yeah.
Mark Stoops. No.
Yeah, there was a fan revolt of Mark Stoops.
Then
They
boosters were like, "Why am I
pissed.
giving away $10 million a year
The
to Mark
best,
Stoops? Let me give it to the
best-
guy that's a less."
the absolute best take I heard on the whole thing is that they basically did what Tennessee did a couple years ago, and it's just as somebody tweeted this out.
Who was it? It was
they're just-
oh, it's gonna bother me because I can't remember who the coach was that they didn't want.
Was it? Thinking of Bielema?
No, it wasn't Bielema. I don't know. We'll
Anyways,
I'll get
Sumlin.
back to it.
Was it Kevin Sumlin?
I think it's
No.
hilarious that Texas A&M boosters act like they're Georgia
Anyways.
and Bama, and they should get the best of the best.
Anyways, the best take I heard was, well, they're just Tennessee to me now. Like they Tennessee themselves, so they're just Tennessee to me now. That's nuts.
Texas, Tennessee.
Texas, Texas A&M, Texas, Tennessee.
Wait,
It's
no,
just-
Texas Agricultural and Mechanical College in Tennessee.
No.
Okay, can we move on to the CFP real
Yeah.
quick, and then we
Yeah.
can do our pick'ems?
The rankings are trash. That's all you got to know.
Just because Iowa's above you guys or something?
Yes, we would smoke Iowa.
Oh.
Bro, you guys
Your
wouldn't score
offense is
against
so
Iowa.
bad. It would be like
It
a
would be
7.
punts. It would be
like a
punts.
If no, hold on. If
Over
Illinois,
under
no, listen,
4
hold on.
interceptions.
If
for
Illinois can almost beat Iowa, Notre Dame would drag Iowa.
Oh my God.
You don't understand matchups. It's okay.
So Illinois is
never
better
seen
than
that.
Notre Dame.
You don't know ball.
Good
Probably.
one. That game will be fraught with punts.
I mean,
Okay.
we're
Tell
we
me you
already
don't know
that
ball
Bryce
without
is
telling me you
always
don't know
wrong.
ball.
I'm pulling it up.
You can just ignore him. So
Iowa's
He's
trash.
told us plenty of times that he doesn't know ball.
I know ball. That's why I
every
won
time he opens his
$100
mouth,
off of
it's okay,
Lucas.
He doesn't know ball.
Womp, womp.
I don't know ball, but I won $100 off of Lucas.
Off of a
Because of Miami and Texas A&M. Congratulations,
Yeah.
bro.
You called
Yeah.
me crazy.
You
for
got
that.
it.
Hey,
They
I
both
want
went
you to-
7 and 5. Like, congrats.
He
I
really
don't
made
know.
close too. So, okay. Crazy scenario here, right? Bama wins, beats Georgia. Washington loses. And, well, actually, no, there's not that many crazy scenarios now that I think about it, honestly. It doesn't feel like this year.
Well,
that
I
just
think the
me?
top 8 still have a chance.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Nah,
There's,
no, that's a lie. That's a lie. Number 6 has no shot.
I don't
I
think
if
Ohio
there's a way-
State slipped in.
I swear to God, I think Phil would be so pissed if there's some way that Ohio State
Yeah,
falls
there'll be
into-
some table flipping if Ohio State gets in there.
like Florida State would have to lose. Washington would
Michigan
have to,
would have to lose.
No, I feel like Washington would have to blow you guys
Don't even
out.
put that in the ethos.
You know what I mean? Like Washington would have to win.
Don't even mention.
Bro, why is Arizona and Iowa in front of us? That's so dumb.
Because Arizona
they're
has
better than
only
you.
It's better.
Notre
Arizona's
Dame
done
would
nothing
kill
but
Arizona.
destroy everybody the last 8
What do you mean?
weeks.
Oh, did they destroy USC? I don't think so. The disrespect towards Notre Dame is god awful.
Well, it's your fault.
Also, you are
We-
a tight
Okay,
squad
so you
and
mean to
the
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Thunder
We almost beat the number 6 team in the country.
Did you hear it, guys?
wait,
Almost.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Number
that was
Arizona.
also
Arizona
eight-
lost to
8
USC.
weeks, 7-8 weeks ago.
Now hold on. Arizona lost to USC, the same USC that we drugged.
Okay, you don't
On
understand
national TV.
matchups.
And I do not. So
Okay,
because
so
we beat
by your logic,
So
by
we
your
beat a
logic,
team by
by
28.
your own logic,
we
by
beat a
your
team
own
by
logic.
28.
by your own logic, right? Your own logic, your own volition, the University of Kentucky Wildcats are better than Notre Dame.
No.
Yes.
No.
Common opponents say yes.
That just proved that game, the Notre Dame Louisville game, was a fluke, and we'll show them next year.
How did you prove it? Did you go down and
We
lose
played
again?
4 straight ranked opponents that were undefeated.
Do you
on
want a
the road.
cookie?
Yeah, I
do you
want a cookie.
because
I want a
Kentucky played in 5 games 4 top 10 teams. Do you want a cookie?
We were tired, Josh. We didn't get a bye week until
Oh.
Tired.
so
And Kentucky's not tired?
No.
Kentucky's not tired having to do with that?
We were the only
Kentucky's
team
not
in college
tired?
football that didn't get a bye week for 8 weeks straight besides Michigan.
You poor babies.
Tragic.
Like
Oh.
that was a fluke. Fluke wins happen
You see
all
what
the
we
time.
did. You see what we did.
You guys played cupcakes. That's what you did. So they were basically bye weeks.
So Sanford was a bye week.
Yeah, when
Navy
it didn't
was a bye week.
matter. When it didn't freaking matter. My thing is like this committee.
NC State was a
The
bye
committee's
week.
supposed to look at common
Pittsburgh
opponents.
was a bye week.
How is it a common opponent when we blew out a team that Arizona lost to? It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, but your argument is that Notre Dame is better than Arizona because
Also,
of that common
it beat
opponent.
Louisville,
Still
so
talking
therefore
about
Pitt
Notre
should be
Dame.
ranked ahead of Louisville.
And so no, Ryan's talking about Notre Dame. I'm just saying
Nobody
he's-
cares
he's
about Notre
wrong.
Dame. Let's move
I
on.
do.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about teams
LSU
that
is
actually
Notre Dame
matter.
should be
for
outside of this because
Let's talk about relevant teams.
Why is LSU
Um,
13?
Let's talk about
Because
relevant
they're
teams.
more relevant.
No, they're not.
Doesn't matter, Josh.
They are.
Josh, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about relevant teams.
Okay.
Um,
So
Okay.
Oregon at 5 is a good spot. Relevant team. I think they could probably be above Florida State right now. I get it; they're undefeated, but I
would
don't
argue
know that Ohio State should be above Texas.
I don't think Ohio State should
In
be.
my
above.
opinion. I think Michigan definitely did enough to be ranked number 1. By the
Thank you.
way,
You're dumb, Antoine. That's a dumb take.
What do you say?
Iowa would still beat them by 5-3.
5-3.
We dragged that ass.
sure, bro.
It's
What's
a
the
50-yard line. Take a dump. That's all you.
Sure.
We've
man.
played better defenses than Iowa.
You're 9-3. Go sit in your corner.
They're going to be 9. They're going to be 10-3, just like us at the end of the year, and we'll be ranked ahead of them because we're better.
Go
Awful
sit in your
bold to
corner.
think you're
You
gonna win
lost
that
3
bowl
games.
game.
Here we go, Ryan. Let's use. I know this is something. While you guys,
I don't want to even do it anymore.
No,
I
it just
already did
pisses
it.
me off because they put LSU at 13 for doing nothing. And
Then
then
why does it matter, bro?
because LSU fans talk
No.
shit about it. They're like, we're
Who
ranked higher.
cares?
LSU beat Missouri.
Okay, and they
I
got
don't
drugged
even
by Florida
see
State.
these people on social
We
media.
won.
Name one team that
The Florida State that is ranked number 4. Do you see that?
Maybe my algorithm is super curated. The only teams I see talking on social media are the top 8 teams. Maybe throw
No.
in Notre Dame.
Phil, you
Notre
don't-
Dame.
You don't get involved with me.
No, it's because Ryan gets involved in these things, and then he thinks everybody's talking shit when really his
No, I had
feed
a
is
Penn State
his
fan.
feed
No.
is full of LSU fans because that's all he interacts with. It's
Lucas,
that's
dude,
literally
no.
all it is.
I was in a Michigan-Ohio State chat, right? We were talking about the Ohio State-Michigan. I said nothing about Notre Dame. I had a
I
Penn State
find
fan.
that hard to believe.
No. Phil was
Find
there.
that
Phil can
believe.
vouch. This Penn State fan
Bless you.
comes in there and starts, "You're a fucking Notre Dame fan." I'm like, what has Penn State done? Like, shut up. You got a losing record against us. You don't talk to me. Like, Penn State fans.
That's how I kind of feel about a team that's lost 3 games, to be honest with you. But
They've lost 2, and it wasn't close.
Notre Dame has lost 3. And
We haven't been drugged this year by like most teams.
13 points is not good.
We haven't lost by 20. A lot of these teams that are ranked have lost by 20 or more.
Who?
Penn State. Let's see. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, LSU, Arizona. Let's see. Can I keep going? Louisville. They didn't lose by 20. They lost by 17, so it was close. Yeah, I can keep going down the list. There's a lot of teams that lost by 20.
Are they in the in that relevant category of 1 to 8 though?
That I'm not talking about my season. I care who's in front of me.
So ridiculous. So crazy.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care how you slice it. There's no way. There's no way that
Yes, you are.
they should be on the
But
list.
that's not a flex.
Arizona has not lost by 20, by the way.
Okay, so what? They were competitive against Cal. You want a cookie?
Wait, what? What the fuck are you talking about? They haven't played Cal
They lost
for
to
one,
Mississippi
you fucking
State.
moron.
Who's trash?
Lost
Yeah,
to
but
Louisville.
We lost to a ranked team. They lost to Ole Miss.
Are there pick'ems?
USC.
Louisville.
There are
Get to the
pick'ems.
pick'ems.
Is Louisville ranked, Lucas?
Louisville.
Louisville's ranked. All right. They lost to
Okay.
USC, not ranked. They lost.
And they lost
to Mississippi
They
State,
lost to
not ranked.
Kentucky in a season where Kentucky is garbage.
And Kentucky's
Yeah.
not ranked.
Because they're garbage.
Okay. And
Sorry, Josh. I mean,
so
like,
Arizona
sometimes
gets
they're
to
good.
get
No.
gets boosted
This
for
I'll
losing
allow
to
it.
trash teams.
Hey, look. Antoine said he was trolling you. He was just trolling you.
Imagine losing to Louisville. I can't. Can you guys imagine losing to Louisville?
I only
And
lose
if
to
the team
Louisville.
doesn't lose to Louisville.
Duck
We only lose
fans,
to
Duck
Louisville
fans
and
are
Philly.
super. Duck fans are super
can't
cocky
remember-
for sure.
I
Okay,
can't
because
remember the
everybody
last
is-
time Kentucky lost.
everybody-
All right,
move
let's
on.
get to the pick'ems.
Nuts.
Everybody's blowing
Hey,
up
bro.
our heads.
I don't want this number posted.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
Josh
just
had a
gonna blur
crazy
you out down there.
No,
Look at
fun
me.
fact.
Look at me.
Phil is actually has the same number right now that Connor had last week.
Sick.
Hey, that's a decent week.
After
Yeah,
30
so
games.
Connor got 30 picks right.
Out of what,
Damn it.
39?
Yeah. Basically.
That's pretty good.
What did Josh do? What did Josh do? Because he was like, what, 4 behind me? So he
We
what,
were
got-
tied. Me and Josh were tied, and I had a terrible week because I put.
I'm
took
going
all the
undefeated
upsets.
this week.
Here we go.
100%.
It's all conference championships, all the group of it's all
And Army Navy.
and Army Navy, but it's the top. It's all the conferences, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And I put the FCS playoffs in there.
Seriously,
Well, let's see if I can. Let's see, guys. Let's see if I can take
That's
the
being
dub
serious for a second.
for the season. I got up early. I got way down, and here I am storming back.
Josh was in last at one point.
I was in last at one point.
All right, let's go.
I was in first at one point.
Yeah.
He's been all over the place.
Josh has
Been
been at the
all
top
over.
and the bottom all in one season.
I've been whoa. Oh,
So he knows what it's like to be bottom and top, bitch.
oh, well, hey,
All right.
come on.
All right.
Let's go.
Golly.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
How I feel right now.
Guys, start playing the
This turned into the
fucking mic.
roast of Josh.
New Mexico State.
Somebody.
Number 24, Liberty. Liberty is nearly a 12-point favorite at home.
Is this not a neutral site game?
I don't think this one
Nope,
is.
not Conference USA.
Not.
Or wait, no,
Conference
Conference
USA
USA
is
is. It is.
Connor should
It is.
go first.
Wait, where's the game being played?
It's
at?
played at the Alamo Dome.
Oh.
Texas.
That's why UTSA
closer.
technically hosted it every year.
Closer to New Mexico
Oh.
State. Technically.
11.5-point favorite.
That's a crazy spread,
That's a lot
especially
of
with
points.
Mexico State being Auburn. I'm gonna stick with Liberty though. I've been riding them for a lot, so I'll stick with them.
Well, if you have been, you
If we
haven't lost
remember
that
correctly, Liberty got blown out at home last year to the same New Mexico State team. But I'm
So
going to
pick
stick
New
with the
Mexico
Flames
State?
here. No, I'm taking the
Great.
Flames.
Didn't Liberty lose like 5 games last year?
No, they
Yeah,
lost
they're
like
not very good.
3 or 4, I think.
Well, one of them was to VT, to the worst Virginia Tech team in 30 years. So
That's tough, man. That's a tough one. Though. But anyways, yeah, I'll go on a pick. Give me Liberty Biberty.
Liberty,
I'll
baby.
take Flames here.
Oh, look, a Ibu.
look an Ibu. Okay.
All right, go Ryan.
He already did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just
Go back to the.
straight moving on. All right. Yeah, I got Liberty 42-28.
Give me New Mexico.
State.
Got to make up some ground.
Gotta make us some ground.
Now they're going to win this game.
Number 18,
Probably.
Oklahoma State at number 7, Texas. Of course, it's kind of crazy that we're not getting a rematch of Oklahoma State, but that's
I really
They shouldn't have
wrote
lost
that
to
down.
Kansas.
I know, but Oklahoma State just had a crazy season, losing to South Alabama, getting blown up by UCF, and somehow they're still in the Big 12 championship.
That non-con. All those non-con losses.
Didn't
Uh,
matter.
but
Think
give
about
me-
it.
give me-
Their
but
2
give me
losses.
Texas.
2 of their
Huh?
3 losses are to Arizona State and South Alabama. 2 teams that will not be going bowling this year.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Still give me Texas.
Give me the
It's
Pokes in
particularly
this one. I think Oklahoma. I want Texas to lose so bad because they're not back. Give me Oklahoma State.
Do they have to win Do they actually have to win the title to be?
They have to
back?
win the national title to say that they're back. Yes.
No, that's
no.
Yes.
no.
I think
no.
it-
That's,
no, I
no.
think they're
That's
back.
coming from my buddy who's a Texas fan. He said, "I don't want to hear Texas fans even say the words back until even if we win the Big 12 title." He said, "We got to make a playoff and at least win a playoff game before Texas fans say we're back."
Oh, okay. Well, I think they're making the playoff this year. Give me the Longhorns, and you're going to see another 50 burger. It's going to be 50-21.
Did this guy just actually say this, or is this
It's just now becoming relevant. I mean, they weren't relevant a couple 5 seasons
okay?
ago.
They only have 1,000 wins, but or whatever it is. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
They're
Totally.
gonna get vacated, Lucas.
Yeah, I don't remember writing this down, but I guess I did. So I'm going with my gut. I took Oklahoma State 34-31.
Wow.
I'm going with Texas to win the Big 12 in their swan song.
Okay,
Rematch.
a rematch, which I think Toledo won.
Yep,
think
they won by
Toledo did
4.
win.
What is
Their only
Toledo's
loss
only
was to a Power 5 team, and I think it was by 3, right?
It was
Yep.
a field goal that shouldn't have counted that Illinois.
Toledo would beat
Yeah.
Liberty.
It was a missed
Yeah,
field goal by
Miami,
Illinois,
Ohio
but the
at
service play.
Toledo. This is also This is also at Toledo, right? It's not a
No,
neutral
it's in
site.
Detroit.
Oh,
Detroit. No, they play it in the old Lions Stadium, I believe.
Gross.
Pontiac Dome?
I think so.
You mean Ford Field? You mean Ford Field?
Ford Field, yeah.
Ford Field.
Because I was like Pontiac Dome, the old one. The Pontiac Dome's been torn down for 20 years, at least. So yeah, no, give me Toledo.
Give me the Rockets.
Oh man, I'm also taking Toledo in this one.
Although it is hard to beat a team twice in a year.
Yeah, 28-24. Give me Toledo.
Yeah, I'm taking Toledo as well, 41-38.
Yeah, I'm taking Toledo too.
The best team in the state of Ohio, right, Phil?
Without question.
The Mountain West, right? Yep. Boise State at UNLV. Gotta make that, making that Michigan strength of schedule look a lot better with UNLV being 9-3 like this.
This guy doesn't know how recruiting works.
All
How do you
right.
go from being bad to good?
Connor, who are you taking?
I'm gonna take Boise. I've taken Boise twice now, back to back, and they've
They've
demoted
won
me,
3 out of their last 4.
and I took them to beat Air Force last week, and I got it right. So I'm gonna give me the Broncos.
Yeah,
The
you
only
know
time
what?
I root for the Broncos.
My Broncos, they're riding right now. Give me the blue Broncos this time.
Yeah, Antoine, and maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybelline.
Sorry, I saw that comment just immediately in my head. All right, yeah, you know what? Give me Boise State in this one.
Uh,
Oh, somebody
UNLV.
switched her.
UNLV is an
Swing on
elite program.
Okay.
They are.
Yeah, I'm taking UNLV
Okay,
42-31.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
also
let's-
taking UNLV. That's a dominant program.
They're a
It's
powerhouse,
dominant football
man.
team.
Okay,
Powerhouse
Next-
program.
next year our team of the year either has to be UNLV or
UNLV.
JMU. One of those two.
We'll have a vote for it.
We have to let's let them
Oh,
go for
I got
it.
it. I got the banners. SMU at
Alright.
number 22, Tulane. Tulane's a 3.5-point favorite. Connor?
Oh, is this at the Superdome?
Yes.
Ooh.
SMU also just dropped 70 points on Navy, which I know that's Navy, but still,
Cool. It's Navy. It's a bye week.
It's Navy,
it's Navy.
which sucks. I know, but give me. I'm gonna keep rocking with them. Give me Tulane.
Give me them Stangs. Give me the SMU Mustangs.
Oh, man. Just a reminder, Tulane's only loss is to
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
With their backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback. So, you know what? Give me the green wave here. Yeah, give me Tulane.
Yep, roll wave 27-21.
I'm with Ryan on this one. I'm taking the Mustang.
Tulane has more SEC championships than Kentucky, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, and
That's crazy.
I believe Mississippi State.
That's why you kicked them out of the conference.
No, they left.
Oh.
They left. Okay, number 14, Louisville versus number 4, Florida State. Florida State, their backup, he left the game against Florida with a concussion, I believe, right?
He came back
Yes.
in.
Oh, he came back in?
Came back in the game, yeah, and played the
Yeah,
rest.
protocol.
I mean, oh, man. I mean, that game against Florida was ugly. Florida pretty much gave the game away. They really should have won that, honestly.
This
If they
game's
had
in
Mertz-
Charlotte, right?
If they had Graham Mertz, they would have
Yes.
won that game.
It's in Charlotte.
It's in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I just don't know who to trust because obviously Louisville just – if Louisville had beaten Kentucky, I probably would take them. But them
You should
losing,
still take Louisville.
Why, are you taking
They
Florida
just
State?
they just don't beat Kentucky. That's just doesn't
Yeah,
matter
but
how good they
Louisville
are.
Does not beat
I
Kentucky.
mean, yeah, no, I mean, Jahar
I don't know what
Jordan.
it's like.
Wait, so Josh, is Louisville officially your guys' little bro name?
They've been little bro now. What are you talking about?
I
We
mean,
went through a
He's
period
definitely-
of years where the only thing we would say about them is that they don't exist.
is there something that's even worse than Little Bronem? Because UVA is.
Bro,
even
we say
below
they
that.
don't exist.
I mean,
We
BT, yeah,
created a taunting hand sign for them. L's
They do
down.
this,
L's
right?
down forever. Yeah,
L's
yeah,
up.
they do
L's
that.
down.
L's down. But I don't think you guys understand how like angry the rivalry is. Like, we just hate them. It's easy.
yeah. Give me. I think they're gonna pull it out of their ass somehow. Give me Florida State.
Yeah, give me the cinnamon rolls in this one, Florida State.
You know, I'm taking the birds with teeth. Give me the Louisville Cardinals. I think they're a more complete football team right now. And I think even after that demoralizing loss to their in-state rival, in front of a packed stadium, the most people that's ever been at that stadium ever, just I'm taking Louisville. Louisville's going to be gifted this ACC championship.
Yeah, Lou Bill is going to win this game. I got 34-33. However, it could be worse. And this one, yeah. Sorry, guys.
I'm picking Florida State actually to win this game.
All right.
No real reason why.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Great. App State versus Troy. And
This game is actually at Troy.
Oh, it actually is at Troy? Okay, because this is the Sun Belt?
Yep. Sun Belt, Fun Belt.
Yeah, if it's at Troy, give me Troy.
Yeah, give me the only Trojans you can trust not to bust.
Why do I have to follow that every time? Every single time he said that, I have to talk.
So these are the only Trojans that you bust in, is what I'm hearing?
Yo.
Yo. Okay. Give me in this game.
That would have been a great.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I wish they were playing a better team because I would say that App State is going to bust in those Trojans. But
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
There's
App
still
State
bowl
is-
season.
App State's not very good. Yeah, there you go. App State is not very good. I got 43-21.
Yeah, give me Troy in this one.
Okay. The game that I think has the true biggest potential impact on the playoff if Alabama wins.
Remember when we were all sitting there after that Texas game and after the USF
Bama
game?
wasn't going to make it.
They're like, Bama's lucky they're going to go 8-4.
Well, actually, no. We were saying it the week after when they struggled against South Florida.
Yeah, that's
South
what I
Florida.
meant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a remarkable turnaround. It is impressive. It's
Never
annoying.
doubt Nick Saban.
Unfortunately. Never doubt the college football version of the Patriots. I'm just going to keep rolling with them because I want to see them get that three-peat chance. Give me Georgia.
Give me the Bulldogs in this one.
All right. Glad to see you guys haven't lost all your senses. Go on and give me Georgia. I got a score for this one. It's going to be 35-24. I honestly, obviously, if Alabama wins, then the SEC wins. Okay, that's just how it's going to shake out. But I don't want Alabama to win. I don't feel like they are the better team here, and I'm not ever going to say.
And they're not going to.
2 words, but I'll take Georgia.
Yeah, they're not going to. Georgia is going to win this game 41-28.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bulldogs to win this one. Yeah, they're better than Alabama.
All right. My question is not whether Michigan wins or whether Michigan covers, but does Iowa even score 7 points? Do they score any points? Really? I mean, that's my question. I mean, it's a legit question I'm asking.
We know who you're taking. Okay.
You all taking Michigan?
Do they score 7 points?
Does Iowa score 7 points?
No.
What score do I have?
I'm taking Iowa in this game.
No.
Take Iowa in this game, please.
Of course you are.
I am.
Please do it, Ryan.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. I appreciate that point. catching up to you, Ryan. I'm glad that we're gonna make you last place because of this.
I hope you guys know if Iowa somehow does win this game, I'm going to be insufferable.
You
So wait,
already
you actually
are.
are you actually are taking them?
Yeah, I'm taking Iowa.
Taking them.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'm taking Michigan. And
Michigan will be lucky to score 15 against Iowa.
Okay, so Michigan's favored by 22 and a half
Are
points. Is the over under
you-
24? Because we know Iowa's not good.
Are you trying to provoke Michigan fans? I don't know. Like
He's just trying to provoke you, Phil.
that's kind of crazy. That's crazy.
Phil won't engage, but there are some people that
No,
will.
I just think it's nuts.
Phil
Like,
knows Ryan's
the
game.
point
He
spread
knows
is
it.
this big because you
I
just know Iowa's not going to contribute.
my
Iowa's
final
gonna stop them on
score.
defense.
My final score for this is 20-3. I think
Oh,
Michigan
I'm
coasts.
sorry.
Michigan by a lot more points than Iowa scores, which won't be 7.
It'll be
Yeah.
4. They get
Dude, if
no,
they
no,
score,
no,
if they
get
score
2.
points, I'd be shocked. That's
They'll
like
get
a win
safety.
for
They'll
Iowa.
get a safety randomly. They'll like pin you guys deep and get a safety somehow.
They'll get one safety, and then Michigan will go for 2.
That's
It'll
an
be like
opinion,
Anderson
Islam.
Have you
for
seen? Have you seen
2-point touchdown.
Iowa's? Ryan, have you seen Iowa's quarterback?
Yep. Don't care.
He's like a linebacker moonlighting.
That's
as
somebody's.
a
That
quarterback.
is somebody's uncle.
Okay.
Right.
I know. I didn't know. Seriously,
That was
Lucas.
determined.
He's throwing the
I don't-
football over
I
that
don't
You
care.
have you? Do you
Have
know
you
how?
seen JJ McCarthy throw picks? I have.
Doesn't he have like 4 in the season?
He's got
He threw
4
3
in
against
the
Bowling
entire
Green.
season,
3 against Bowling Green. He's going to.
and then he's played much better teams and not thrown interceptions.
Iowa's
The
different.
quarterback for Iowa is
Final-
260 pounds.
There's no Cooper
They're
DeJean.
going to run
They
the
have-
ball.
It sounds like when Maryland had their linebacker playing QB.
He was
Did you
probably
not see-
skinnier than that guy.
Did you not see Ohio State run the
No,
ball
like-
down Michigan's throat? Iowa's going to do the same thing.
Down.
Iowa can't move the ball downfield.
They can run it.
No, they
Did
can
you
punt
just-
it.
Whoa.
Guys, let's just get on to this.
Army Navy, Army Navy.
Army Navy. Last game to determine
Who gets to go to a bowl game?
who goes bowling. I didn't realize Army had kind of turned it around because at one point I think they were like 2-6. I think they were on like a 3-game win streak.
Yeah.
Straight up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They had 107 yards rushing.
Against who? Who?
Ohio State. I had it on Michigan. 107
Oh,
yards. But they ran it down their throat.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking about
that's-
Army.
What's
on
the average?
Yeah,
me-
they ran it down the throat. 28
give me-
carries for
Roy's gonna take
107.
him.
Not a very good
Give
average.
me-
3.8.
That's
Give
a first
me-
down.
Navy. Beat Army. Maybe.
Wow. Who'd you pick, Connor? I'm sorry.
Navy. I didn't even hear what was just said.
Army. Give me Army.
He said the midshipman. Yeah, go on and give me Army.
Go Army, beat Navy. 18-14.
Give me Army.
Wasn't our boy in the Navy? He's gonna be pretty upset
Yeah.
about that.
Buckeye Garrison. Yeah.
Is there a
Yeah,
podcast game
yes,
of the week?
sir. He's gonna be upset about that.
Number.
He's taking
You guys all
midshipman all day.
We all took. Huh?
Who are you guys taking?
We all took everybody.
What?
We
I'm
took
taking
everybody.
Washington.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
this-
for the Army Navy.
This
I
game?
didn't hear that.
No.
All right.
We already all made our picks, brother. Where you been?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's on
Hunter's
phone.
like-
The Thursday night game.
La La Land. Week 0 podcast game of the week. Number 5 Oregon versus Washington. Number 3 Washington in Vegas. Oregon's a 10-point favorite on the road, or not on the road, but in Vegas.
Have you ever? I don't think I've ever seen that big of a spread for a team that was beaten by the other team in a rematch. You know what I mean? That
Clemson was
shows-
favored by 14 when we played them in the ACC title.
Huh?
When we beat Clemson in 2020, they were favored by 14 when we played them in the ACC title.
They covered that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Phil, we aren't.
Um,
All right, Connor.
okay. Sorry, that was really funny. I want Washington to win just to see Lucas be so pissed, but I feel like he'd be more pissed if they lost.
If Lucas, I swear to God, you need to do a live reaction. If you don't,
No, you need to
I'll do one.
live stream the whole
I
thing.
won't. I might not have the game on here.
No. Do you remember, guys? I still haven't clipped it, but when Lucas was live reacting to the Texas Tech Oregon game,
Yes.
oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God!
I remember.
No, but we definitely need to
Same
have you
energy.
live react. You need to be doing like calling the plays, like calling each.
Okay.
play.
Anyways, so
But
picks.
Yeah, picks. Pick.
I'll take.
I'm telling you right now, I would be more mad if we
Oregon.
lost this game than any other game.
Ryan,
Let's go Ducks.
going with Oregon. All right.
Josh.
You know, how many times does Dan Lanning go for it on fourth down? That's what I want to know. That'll answer the question on whether Oregon wins or loses.
Based on the
And
analytics.
really,
fourth and
what it
four to
is,
go.
is
It's not how
much
about how many
Oregon's gonna
times
win
we
by.
go for it. How many times we get it.
give
Okay.
me the Oregon Ducks to not only win
Cover.
but cover. It's
And
going to
kick
be
field goals.
Oregon 45, Washington 27.
Ooh.
I'll go ahead and because this is Lucas's team. I want to pick Washington here, but because it's Lucas, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna put a parlay on Washington, but give me Oregon to win the game.
They play Friday night.
Regardless of me, Friday night. Regardless of me, who do you actually think is the better team and will win?
Oregon's the much better team.
Oregon's.
They're way more sound than Washington.
But you win more money if you bet on Washington.
Absolutely.
That's fair. That's fair. Degenerate gambler to degenerate gambler. That's fair. That's fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got Oregon in this one. I think Joel Klatt and Pac-12 Pate have said pretty much the same thing about this game. A lot of people don't think that line is even enough. A lot of people think Oregon wins by a lot more. I have them winning by 11. I got 35-24 in this one. Something to note, Michael Penix is hurt, and he will be playing hurt with some cracked ribs. I say cracked, but he's got some jacked up ribs. So I think that's part of why this line is at double digits right now. Vegas knows that he is hurt. So, yeah, I got the Ducks. And if we lose this game, probably deactivating my Twitter.
We won't even see him.
I might disappear. You may never hear from me again.
He'll have left Week 0 podcast for better opportunities.
Left? Yeah, I might quit my job. I might go live in the woods.
Go live with some ducks.
I will. I'll go live with the Huskies out in the wilderness.
You'll see Lucas out there in Alaska riding on a slope with some Huskies.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that
All right,
is all.
Josh, you know what we got to do. You know what time
I know it. Let's do it. The people know. W Energy. W Energy. Guys, if I could explain to you how this has, I'm not going to say it's changed, but it has made it a lot better. Honestly. Like, after Monsters and after, good Lord, what all was I drinking? Reigns. I forget the other ones. W Energy, guys. It's powdered. It's good. There's no dyes in it. No artificial stuff. Nothing like that. You go to w.gg, that is w.gg, and use code week0 for 10% off your entire order. They got a bunch of different flavors.
And they got Christmas deals going on, Josh.
They do have Christmas deals going on. I don't know if our code goes over the Christmas deals.
It does.
With the
It
Christmas
does.
deals? It does?
Oh.
Ooh, that's even better. Like I said, code week0 lets them know that we sent you.
Cool. So, the most wonderful time of the year for college football, well, the start of it, happening this week, and soon after we'll see the whole season, which is truly sad. Can't wait to see all this mayhem and chaos potentially happen. This has been the Week Zero Podcast. We will see you guys back on Tuesday. Of course,